Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Off the Record with Randall. This is Randall tonight, and it's just me. And tonight we're going to do something a little different. And if you're online, got comments, I'll be watching them. But tonight we're going to do something fun. We're going to do something that's totally something I would do normally during the week if I was sitting here at home by myself. We're going to do a mock draft. And as we go through this mock draft, we're going to make some picks. And we're just going to have some fun, and I'm going to tell you what I think about your upcoming mock draft. I'm doing the mock draft on Yahoo, as you can see here. And I took pick 10 because pick 10 is where I'm going to be picking in my upcoming draft, and one that I have with some friends. So we're going to take this draft, and we're going to have some fun. It starts in 2.5 minutes. But first, just let me welcome you. No glasses so I can see. T-shirt, Mox hat, just me on here having some fun. I appreciate everybody so much and how much support we've gotten over the last several months. It's kind of unreal that people watch us and care this much. And it's almost shocking to me some days when I look down and I saw, 2,000 people watched our video. It just kind of blows my mind, but I'm so grateful. So many opportunities have come because of this so fast that it's just unreal to me right now. And I don't know where we end up, but tonight, if you're here for 3 hours, you're going to hear some plans that we have for a football kickoff show. And hopefully we can't announce where it's going to be done at. It's down to 2 locations. One of them would be a very public location that we're trying to secure. And what it'll be that night, it'll be probably 3 hours. Just come by. We'll give you some stickers. We'll let you meet all the guys. You'll meet all the silly fan base that we have from, all the shows. We'll talk about football. We'll even put you on the air if you happen to stop by. But we're looking at the first week, maybe mid-August, right before the start of high school season, or even going into the first week after the Friday night football of the high school season. But that more details will come for that. But as you can see, I'm getting ready to pick. Christian McCaffrey is listed as first, of course. Dalvin Cook, 2, which I think everybody thinks that's the way they're going to go off the board. If you have these 2 guys, if you're picking 1 or 2, you take you take CMC, or you take Dalvin Cook. It starts to get interesting with pick 3. Do you take Derrick Henry? Do you take Barkley? What do you do? If I'm at pick 3, I'm probably taking Barkley. Even in a PPR league, my hat's crooked. Looking all crazy up here with my beard and my crooked hat. Y'all have to excuse me. Then at 4, becomes Barkley from the Giants. 5th is rated Jonathan Taylor. Okay. That is a major player this year in fantasy football. So the first 2 book comes off the board, 1, 2. It's CMC. Second pick was Dalvin Cook. Third pick, Derrick Henry. Now we're up to number 4. Ezekiel Elliott come off. That's way too early. Now 5, Gloria has got a pick here. Gloria takes Alvin Kamara. I am 5 picks away, and right now I am looking whether it breaks or not. Let's see. There goes Jonathan Taylor. 3 picks away from me. Barkley on the board, Hill on the board, Diggs on the board, Jones on the board, Travis Kelce on the board. Right now, if anyone could get to me that I would take in a heartbeat, it would be Barkley. He's starting to slide 1 pick away, and tonight takes Barkley. So I've got 30 seconds to make my pick here, and the highest ranked player is Tyreek Hill. I hate going wide receiver at that first pick, so I'm going to go ahead and take Tyreek Hill. Let me go ahead and draft him. So I take Tyreek Hill with my first pick in the first round, pick 10 overall. 11, Ian's up now. So with me taking a wide receiver and pick 1, you got to figure that I'm going to have to go running back here. Looking down the board, I see 3 running backs grouped together. I expect Diggs to come off. I expect Jones to come off. I would like to get one of Austin Eckler, Antonio Gibson, or Cam Akers, but Cam Akers just comes off at 11. Aaron Jones comes off at 12. Casey would pick 12 as second. Takes Austin Eckler. I'm 1 pick away and 1 running back that I would like to have. If I don't get Gibson here, I'm going to be not sure what I'm going to do. I may go take Davante Adams, even though Aaron Rodgers is not signed. So he takes Stephon Diggs. So I'm going to take Antonio Gibson with my second pick. So my team so far, Tyreek Hill, Antonio Gibson, and that's where we're starting from. Now I've got a ways to come back 18 picks. So let's talk about what happened there early. Let's go through the picks again. 1 McCaffrey, 2 Cook, 3 Henry, 4 Elliott, Kamara 5th, Chubb, Taylor. I really wanted Jonathan Taylor to slide to me, but he went and picked 7. Travis Kelce goes pick 8. 9 goes Barkley. And then 10, I take Tyreek Hill. So far, it has went pretty much the way I expected. I'm going to see if I can find some of the other teams. And I don't know if I can find all their team. But definitely it's gone the way I thought. Recent picks after me, Mixon comes off the board, then DeAndre Hopkins, and then Najee Harris comes off the board at pick 18. That's something you've heard me and Phil talk about. Phil and I talk about a lot. Where's Najee Harris going to go in this draft? The first quarterback goes off this draft at 19. Patrick Mahomes goes to who took him? Bo takes Patrick Mahomes. Interesting. Pick 19, Patrick Mahomes goes. So pick 20, Clyde Hilaire. And again, picking on the backside of this first round with pick 10. I made 2 picks early, and then I've just got to wait. I'm still 12 picks away. And as you can see, when you get stuck on the backside of one of these drafts, it's a ways to go to get a pick. So I'm sitting here. I'm starting to look at people that might be there 12 picks away. Davante Adams is still on the board. Somebody's going to take a shot here in a minute. Down in my area where I'm going to be picking at, I've got some flexibility. I'd like to go running back. I've already took 1 wide receiver in Tyreek Hill. I don't see a lot of running back value that it appears will be there when I pick. If DeAndre Swift or Miles Sanders slides, Adams goes off the board at pick 23. A.J. Brown's still on there at 18. McAfee at 19. Ooh, God. Calvin Ridley slides to me. That might be the receiver I do take. Andre's on the pick, 24 now. He takes A.J. Brown. Darren Waller goes. I'm finally making it back on the board. I'm 8 picks away now. That'll be pick 34. Again, pick 10, I took Tyreek Hill. Then coming back, I took Antonio Gibson. Angel's on the board right now. Angel's pick 27. Let's see what she does. By the way, Swift came off the board. So it's really down to Miles Sanders that I would value as a running back in this area. If not, there's some really nice receivers, and I may go receiver. So receiver twice. When I'm taking my first 5 picks, I want to get 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and then that third is going to be a little bit of a flex for me to do what I want to do. Right now, I'm looking straight at Terry McLaurin, Keenan Allen. Miles Sanders is still on there at 24. 3 picks away, Miles Sanders, Allen Robinson, Terry McLaurin, Keenan Allen. Now, I've got another pick coming back real fast. I do think Chris Carson might be there when I come back. And if he is, I would take Chris Carson. So let's see if I can get Miles Sanders or Chris Carson in these next 2 rounds. Again, I started with Hill and Gibson. All right, Timbo is now took Miles Sanders. Parker's on the board 1 spot in front of me. He takes Josh Allen. Interesting. I've got 30 seconds. Let's look around the board. Because I already have Antonio Gibson, it makes me very wary to do this. But I'm going to take Terry McLaurin here. I see him as a better value than Allen Robinson. So I'll pick Terry McLaurin. Then I got a pick coming back. I really want to get a running back on the way back. Chris Carson's kind of the guy. I'm 5 picks away from Chris Carson. Chris Carson's 3 spots away ranking-wise. So let's see if I can get lucky. My fallback plan is Myles Gaskin or Josh Jacobs. Chris Carson goes off the board. Let me look around real fast. Quarterbacks that's still on the board, I feel good about that. Tight ends. Feel good about that. Tight ends. Getting thin with tight ends. Getting thin. Let's just go back to the overall board. 1 pick away. Wow, I really don't think I can pass on Keenan Allen if he's there. So he takes Keenan Allen. All right. So my picks are Julio, Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, who I love. But I'm going to play a little hunch here. I'm going to take Myles Gaskin, the running back from the Miami Dolphins. And again, we're doing a little special version tonight. It's mock draft season. I'm doing what I would be doing normally at home, taking a mock draft. So stay with me. Having fun. I've got both of my starting wide receivers. I still have a flex, a tight end, and a quarterback to fill. And we'll get through this whole draft, and then we'll talk about some other stuff with football here in a minute. Again, I'm going to start looking tight end. And the reason I'm going to do that is into the 5th round, I value Kyle Pitts now, and he's still a ways away. I don't know if someone would take him. There's 5 tight ends right in front of Pitts. I absolutely don't get that. But if it makes it back 16 picks and Pitts is there, I'm definitely taking Pitts. I'm also looking at the next quarterback off the board is Lamar Jackson. The next quarterback's Kyler Murray. I don't think he makes it there. But what interests me is Aaron Rodgers is sitting out there, and I don't care what you think. Denver, Green Bay, wherever he's going to be, Aaron Rodgers will be an outstanding quarterback. So we still have 15 picks. So let's talk about my team up to this point. Gibson and Gaskins at running back. Hill and McLaurin at wide receiver. I would definitely say wide receiver is the strength of my team. I've got definitely a 1 and a 2. I would almost say at running back, I've got a 2 and a 3. But I'm okay with Gibson being a very high-end 2, low-end 1. I wished I would have got Chris Carson. That would have made me feel better. But I'm going to dip back into running back here soon. I think this round you'll probably see me still 12 picks away. You'll probably see me take a tight end or a quarterback coming up with the next pick in one of the next 2 picks, unless there's somebody with extreme value. Right now, 12 picks away from me, Chase Edmonds, Kareem Hunt's both out there, who I would very much value as a running back. And this late in the game, you're talking about the 5th round. and I am still got valuable running backs in my head out there, but I'm still also 11 picks away. The absolute fallback guy that I'm taking as my third running back will be Mike Davis. Mike Davis going to Atlanta from Carolina this year. If we get there and I have nothing else to pick, you could see me go Mike Davis here. Also, down at the bottom of the board, Kyler Murray starting to sneak on the board. I don't know if he'll make it back to me, but if he's there, it's going to be very tempting. As I have Kyler Murray rated as one of the top two quarterbacks. I mean, there's an argument, but I actually have Kyler Murray rated right behind Mahomes and in front of Lamar Jackson. So we'll see. CeeDee Lamb goes off the board. Mike Davis goes off the board. Wow. Chase Edmonds and Kareem Hunt are both still on the board before Mike Davis. Mike Davis goes pick 48. Adam Thielen falls all the way. Wow, what a value. Adam Thielen fell to pick 50. Angels up. Let's see what they've got on their team. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. So could go either way here. Hollywood coming up has a tight end, 2 wide receivers, got to go running back, I think, there for Hollywood. So let's just see how it plays out. Goes Edmonds. Hollywood's probably going running back here too. Goes Kareem Hunt. Gloria. Now the running backs are gone a little bit here now, so it's becoming more and more. I'm 2, 4, 5 picks away. If he's there, I'm taking Kyler Murray. So down that top tier quarterback, getting him in the 5th round. I don't feel so bad about it. Let's see if he gets to me. Deontay Johnson as a Steeler is still out there. Also, Lamar Jackson is rated over Kyler Murray, but I believe there goes Kyle Pitts, pick 54. Right now, my whole draft kind of depends on where I go here. Let's see. Kyler Murray goes off the board. Wow. Wow, what a blow to me. What a blow. 1 pick away, Kyler Murray goes off the board. Lamar Jackson's still there. Was available at tight end. I'm not spending this pick on tight end. Running back. Man, I feel almost dirty after that happened to me. Well, let me look at running backs one more time. Okay, I'm gonna play the rookie card here just a little bit. I am going to take. I'm gonna go ahead and take Lamar Jackson. No, okay. So I took Lamar Jackson. I've got my quarterback sewed up. Coming back to me, I have got to take a running back, I think. I think I'm almost forced to take a running back. Melvin Gordon, Travis Etienne, Leonard Fournette, James Robinson. I might pull the string on taking Javonte Williams here. We'll see. Coming up to me in 3 picks. My turn here. I'm going to play the upside, and I'm going to take Javonte Williams over Melvin Gordon here. So I now have, let's set my team. Lamar Jackson's my quarterback. Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, Myles Gaskin, Javonte Williams, and now I've got forever to take a pick. So I really didn't love that Lamar Jackson pick, but it was almost a value thing. You just get to a point and you're like, there's no one on the board that I love. What am I going to do? So the question out to Kyle out there, Kyle, I really thought Mike Davis would make it back to me. That's interesting that Mike Davis is, even these mock drafts, moving up over where he's ranked. If I've got to come back to running back one more time here, I'm thinking very strongly about possibly coming back with another young running back. It's still 13 picks before I go. Again, my team. Well, let's start talking about some other people's team. Hollywood just got her team. Her team, DK Metcalf, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, Kareem Hunt, George Kittle, Angel picking in the 2-hole, I believe it is. 3-hole, excuse me. Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins, and Chase Edmonds. Colin in the 2-hole started the draft, of course, with, I think, 2, everybody thinks you ought to take Dalvin Cook, but that's probably what I would have done too. So, by the way, Kenny Golladay comes out. Angel's kind of taking her time here. Angel takes Dallas Goedert. Colin's team started out. Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Swift, Mark Andrews, Adam Thielen, Devontae Adams, and Russell Wilson. That's a real good team. Really good team. Andre's up. Andre started with Christian McCaffrey. He's got 2 back-to-back here. I'm not sure. Let's see. He's got Christian McCaffrey, Mike Davis, Darren Waller, CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown. No quarterback. He takes care of quarterback there with Justin Herbert. Got another pick coming up. And he takes Brandon Ayuk. Again, to recap my team, Lamar Jackson, Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, Myles Gaskin, and Javonte. I got a young upside team. On the board now, Colin's picking. Colin's team is locked up. For some reason, Collins won't show his team, but he takes T. Higgins. Angel's back up again with this monster team. Russell Wilson, Devontae Adams, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Swift, Mark Andrews, T. Higgins. Aaron Rodgers comes off the board. Travis Etienne comes off the board. Tom Brady comes off the board. In these mock drafts, people start leaving earlier and earlier. So, it's an experience. And sometimes you get a little insight to what's happening in the draft. Bo's up, and Bo's team right now, Patrick Mahomes, Michael Thomas, Chris Godwin, Nick Chubb, James Robinson, Kyle Pitts. And he takes Cortland Sutton. Timbo Slice, I love his team. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs, Travis Kelce. I don't love it as much as I thought I would. Okay, 3 picks away from me. I've got some flexibility to go wherever I want here. I don't need quarterback. I do need tight end. Don't see a tight end that I like at this price. I'm thinking, according to what Parker does, I may go running back here. I really like Raheem Mostert coming back off the injury, and I think he's great value right here. Great value. So here in the 6th round, I'm going to take my backup running back, flex player, have 4 running backs now. And a little bit of that is because I got caught early and didn't get one of the top guys. I got Mustard, Williams, Gaskin, and Gibson. I'm definitely going to have to do some work on wide receivers here. I kind of been sitting here waiting on the next level of receiver. There's some guys I like coming up. Not that they're great players, but there's players of great value to me. One of them I'm 3 picks away. Pick 8, Juju Smith-Schuster's there. I'm looking that way. Let me just pull up all the receivers. DJ Shark. If Juju makes it, I'm taking him. Juju is available, and I take him. He comes my first bench wide receiver. That's really a steal at that point. So I got a bunch of time. This mock draft's probably going to take most of the hour, but we're learning a little bit. What we've learned so far, the Atlanta players, and this is not a local draft. This is a Yahoo. The Atlanta players in Davis and Pitts came off way early. What we see, I was really surprised that Mostert was around when I took him. I also kind of shocked Kyler Murray and that top tier of quarterbacks lasted that long. And the fact that I took Lamar Jackson and didn't even really want Lamar Jackson. It was just to a point that I thought the value was too high to pass for him. So my team is okay. Not in love with it. But if you get to that point in the draft and you know now I've got what I feel like is a really upside team, bunch of young players that could or could not produce, one thing I definitely want to secure is a tight end at some point. The last tight end that I really think is a starting level tight end is Logan Thomas. Still on the board. So if he's there at the next pick, I'm going to go ahead and secure a tight end. There's players I value over him. I'm also looking very strongly at Jamar Chase, the wide receiver from LSU, now with the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm also looking at wanting to take a quarterback to block up Lamar Jackson, and but's there, Joe Burrow. So still 9 picks till it gets to me. And again, my team on my bench is Juju Smith-Schuster, Raheem Morris, Javonte Williams is in my flex, Myles Gaskin is my one running back, Antonio Gibson's the other running back, McLaurin, Hill are my wide receivers, and Lamar Jackson is my quarterback at this point. Now, that being said, I am going to take 2 quarterbacks. Most of the time, I wouldn't suggest that, but I don't trust Lamar completely. So somewhere along the way, I'm going to grab a quarterback. Let's see how the tight ends are doing. Logan Thomas and Robert Tonyan is both out there. Trying to stay away from Tonyan again. No clear picture of what Aaron Rodgers may do in Green Bay. So I'm not really thrilled with drafting Green Bay players. So Bo is up right now. Bo's team, solid, very solid. I wouldn't like my team going into a draft. I'll put it that way. Into a season right now. There's some nice spots, but I'm not crazy about it. So 3 spots away, Logan Thomas is still on the board. I value other people over Logan Thomas, but I feel like if I don't draft Logan Thomas or Tonyan, that by the time it comes back around again, may not have the opportunity to grab a tight end I'm comfortable with. So I really want to get that done. Coming up on the 10th round, I'm just now addressing tight end. I'm almost forced to. Let's see, Parker is ahead of me, has a tight end. Here we go. I'm up. I'm going to go ahead and take my guy, Logan Thomas. So now I have my tight end filled out. I'm going to go back over now. I am not taking anybody except upside players here on out. See if there's any running backs I like. I would still, even though I have 4, Don't see. May sniff Philip Lindsay later on, much later. Wide receiver wise, someone I like. Wow, really lower weight rated than I thought he would be. But I'm 3 picks away right now. I'm probably looking at Brandon Cooks in Houston. The player I'm like, wow, rated lower than I thought is Devontae Smith, rated at wide receiver. Wow, 103 overall player. Antonio Brown still on the board. Mike Williams, Corey Davis, Judy Joe. There goes Judy. Corey Davis. We just look at all offensive players before. Value, just taking value now. Ian has got a spot in front of me. And I'm telling you, if Jalen Hurts is here, even though I have a quarterback, I'm going to take him. The value is too much for me to pass on him. So I would have 2 quarterbacks, but again, I'm okay with that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, if I can get this rankings to come up, I'm going to take my number 11 ranked quarterback in the 11th round and draft Jalen Hurts. So quarterback's done. Will not take another quarterback. I probably would like to get another running back, another wide receiver. Just win your league now. You know the players that have upside. Win your league. So I'm sitting here. I'm 17 players away, so it's going to be a while. And can't really see everybody that's in front of me is quarterback. We're in a quarterback run here. So let me see if I can get away from all these quarterbacks. All right. 17 players away. But here's some players I'm looking at. Of course, with my running back situation, I could always go take a handcuff. I could go take a really high-end backup. I could go for a PPR back like Tariq Cohen. I did say earlier I like Philip Lindsay. I like his spot. I really not the biggest David Johnson fan. Don't think Houston's going to have much on offense. Do I expect Deshaun Watson to play? I see Hunter Henry still out there. Of course, newly minute of the New England Patriots. It's a player I like. Evan Ingram, Devontae Smith, we already talked about. Interesting name to me would be knowing that I have Gaskins, I could take the Miami running back up. I feel secure in Gibson having the role. Miami, not so much. And of course, San Francisco, you never know, but I still think that Muster is the best back out there. And this is the process I go through. If I was drafting this for real or not, right now I'm looking for things that I value. Players I value. I'm 11 picks away. Tariq Cohen interests me there. He would be the 5th running back on my team and probably a spot start. I could also go take a very high-end defense, which they're out there. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm not going to take another quarterback. How many wide receivers have I got? I've only got 3 wide receivers. So at wide receiver, there's some names of interest. I think there are names that slidden over the last couple of years. Corey Davis, that just left Tennessee to go to the Jets. Michael Gallup, who now is in the CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper world. Mike Williams, of course, Mike Williams is interesting. 9 picks till me. We're in the 10th round. My team is Lamar Jackson, Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, Miles Gaskin, Logan Thomas, Javonte Williams, Raheem Mostert, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Jalen Hurts. Marvin Jones comes off the board. Folks are taking defenses now. So I'm going to take a defensive kicker 99% of the time. The last 2 picks. If I get where I can't find anybody with a deeming value, I might go ahead and take a kicker earlier or a defense. Hope y'all got to see the Cowboys from Hell album review last night. It was a lot of fun doing that with Morgantown Mark, my friend of 20 years, and we had a good time. Not even its normal time, but just the last minute, we got rained out. Another question from Kyle. Kicker, Kyle, I go whenever I'm my last pick, I know there's a lot of guys that try to take the best kicker or whatever. You don't know. So I got a pick coming up in 5 picks. So off the board, there went Philip Lindsay, Mike Williams went, Latavius Murray, Young Koo Ho from Atlanta, San Francisco's defense. And I almost feel like it kind of gets to the silly season. You've taken all these players. I mean, we're in round 11. If you can find somebody to help your football team, now you take them. Timbo takes a kicker, 2 picks ahead of me. Wow. Devontae Smith is still out there in the 11th round. In the 11th. Maybe I'm reading that situation wrong in Philly, but wow. Matt Ryan goes off the board. So I'm taking upside. Devontae Smith has just been taken. So my wide receivers now is Devontae Smith, Juju Smith-Schuster, McLaurin, Tyreek Hill. Really the strength of this team. Now, most leagues I play in has 3 wide receivers, so I'd be starting. I could see the world where I start all 4 of those wide receivers, including Devontae Smith. So that is a strong group. I got another pick coming up. I'm looking at Tariq Cohen there. How many running backs have I got? Gibson, Gaskins, Mostert, Williams. Let me just look at running backs by themselves. Not a lot of impressive. Matter of fact, Tariq Cohen's probably sitting on a tier here. If he's still there, I'll take him. 1 pick in front of me. And he'll probably finish me for the night unless somebody just blows me away. So I'm going to take Tariq Cohen as my 4th and final running back. 5th running back. So running back, Gibson, Gaskins, Williams, Mostert, and Cohen. Not the strongest group. But I feel serviceable with that group. Quarterback, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, another strength of the team. Now that I talk about it, Logan Thomas is my lone tight end right now. I don't know if I feel absolutely great about that, but I got a long wait. Don't know if there'll be a tight end on the board. So, do you do mock drafts? I mean, I think it's part of me being prepared for fantasy season. Let me move my camera down a little bit. Having a relaxed show this week. Of course, last week when if you joined us, 1,500 views and downloads of the Coach Paul Benefield interview. It was so impressive that how many people care and was interested in that interview. I really, really appreciate all the time that people put into it. My buddy Howie, that took just a ton of time to set that up. Let's start talking about some of these teams. Colin, who picked second, Herbert, Brown, Lamb, McCafferty, Davis, Waller, Auk. On the bench, Chase, Samuels, Brown, Jones Jr. Picking two here. Colin is after him. He takes Jamal Williams from Detroit. If you do draft Swift, I think that's a good move. Handcuff him with Jamal Williams. Colin is up. Colin's team is Russell Wilson, Devontae Adams, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Swift, Mark Andrews, T. Higgins, Zach Moss, Debo, Henderson, Hunter, Cool, and the Baltimore defense. Angel is up now. Angel's team. Aaron Rodgers, Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins, Dallas Goedert, Chase Edmonds, Tony Pollard, Latavius Murray, Corey Davis, Janu Smith, Justin Tucker, and the Washington defense. So I've got a pick coming up in 4 spots. Let's check back in on the tight ends. All right, so the tight ends. There is one tight end that I kind of like still left on the board, and that being Cole Kmet, Chicago. Second year in the league, not a huge name. I also like Anthony Fisker from the Titans, gets that job from Smith that signed with the Patriots. 3 picks away. I'm probably going to go with one of those guys. Look over here over the overall board. Still have Trevor Lawrence, not drafted so far. There's a wide receiver I really like on the board. I'm going to gamble a little bit and take Darnell Mooney from Chicago and gamble one of those tight ends makes it back to me, which I don't think is much of a gamble at this point. I had 2 that I was prepared to take. Ryan Fitzpatrick come off the board. Casey now goes twice. Casey's team, Matthew Stafford, Mike Evans, Allen Robinson, Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler, Noah Fant, Beckham, Edwards, Singletary, Judy, Wentz, Lutz, and New Orleans defense. Ian's in front of me. Get over here so I can draft. Looking at tight end. Oh, well, you know what? I've made a mistake. I can't draft a tight end. I have to draft defense and kicker. Let's look at defense. Go ahead and take the Patriots. That's how much thought I put into taking defenses. I'm going to take the Patriots. So my last pick will be a kicker. So I guess my team is done. I wished I'd got a backed up tight end, but it ain't like I can't drop somebody and pick them up. But again, this was a mock. We'll take a kicker. Let me just talk about it. My team in the 10th spot, I got Tyreek Hill. Of course, Patrick Mahomes' number 1 target. I don't even know if he's number 1, but Travis Kelce went ahead of him. And after taking Tyreek, I felt good about getting Antonio Gibson in the 2nd round. But then I just thought there was so much value in McLaren in the 3rd round. I went ahead and took him. But that also kind of left me in a bad place for running backs. And I went scrambling and probably took Myles Gaskin too early, but that was my second running back. My rest of my running backs kind of was forced, it felt like. My receiving core with Hill, McLaren, Devontae Smith, Mooney, who is just one of my favorite sleepers, and Juju Smith-Schuster are just the strength of this team. Quarterback Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, again, 2 starter-level quality quarterbacks. I'm very satisfied with that. I've got a few more picks. So, do you do mock drafts? If you don't, you should. It really kind of sets your tone and lets you know what's happening out there in the world of other managers. I mean, like, I was kind of surprised that Devontae Smith was still on the board. I was really shocked with how early the Atlanta players went, and Davis and Pitts. Quarterbacks very much devalued in this draft. I probably picked up, the reason I feel okay with my running backs is I truly feel Javonte Williams will be the starter in Denver over Melvin Gordon. Maybe not week 1, but by week 5. Raheem Mostert, if he could stay healthy, would be the number 1 running back in San Francisco. Also, Tevin Coleman's gone. Tariq Cohen, I just purely like. He's a guy you could play on a week and not get killed, because he's going to have 3 or 4 catches, you know. He's going to have 3 or 4 points just off of catches, so you can play him. I like this team. I definitely feel like for me to be successful, I'd be on the trade wire trying to find that better running back. I would pair Gaskins with maybe some of that wide receiver depth and try to pick up a little better of a running back. I'd also maybe look at trading one of those quarterbacks. If somebody missed on quarterback, got whiffed on quarterback, after a couple of weeks, they'll come looking for you because you've got 2 pretty high-end quarterbacks there. I remember my friend Clipper Clay once drafted Michael Vick, and he was like, we're like, why'd you do that, Clay? And he goes, because I'm going to trade him for something down the road. That is a strategy. It's a little bit of a risky one, but it is a strategy. Coming up on me now, shoulders hurting, old age, I guess. Kickers. I'm going to take whoever's the highest ranked kicker. Parker is in front of me. And evidently Parker thinks he's got to think. I am taking Matt Prater. And I already took him. So Matt Prater. No, did I not take Matt Prater? Hold on. All right. Nick Folk was the highest rated kicker. So I've took him. So recap. Final pick, Nick Folk. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. We still got about 15 minutes on the show. Let me promote a couple of things, and then we might, talk a little bit about this draft. So coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern, 3 Hour Sports, Raj and Robbie, we're going to talk a little bit about football, but we're going to talk about the Hawks in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Of course, the Vols get eliminated today from the College World Series by Texas. We're also going to talk tonight about the U.S. Open. And our boy Robbie's got quite a DraftKings story he wants to share with us. We're also going to talk a little bit about trying to remember what was on the sheet. Baseball. And I know what I'm going to be talking about. One thing that you've been happy or impressed by, Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani's just having an incredible year. MVP. I think most clear MVP in a long time. 3-1 as a starter. Last week he won a game and hit 7 home runs in 6 nights. Or 6 home runs in 6 nights. Leads the American League with 23 home runs. Draft is complete. Let's see if I can get some information. Draft results. Let's go there. Round by round. That's not what I wanted. Draft board. Standings. All right. So my team is projected to finish third. It's probably running back is what's killing me. So quarterback, I am projected for 722 points. That is the second highest in the league. Wide receiver, 1,075, which is the second highest in the league. Running back, 866, which is fifth overall in the league. Tight end with only one tight end, I am in the bottom. But my 136, it would be still, I've got the worst tight end situation in the league pretty much. Kicker, I have 179 points. Even taking my kicker late, it's a crapshoot. Defense, 105. So I project out for a total of 3,086 points to finish third in the league. I don't think that much of my team. I think it's a mid-pack team. I think it could be better. But what any draft is a start. You really got to hit the waiver wires. You really got to work it. If you're opposed to trading, and this is what I don't understand. When I trade, sometimes I lose, sometimes I win. But what I'm looking for is something that could win the league for me. Last year, I traded Melvin Gordon and another wide receiver for Michael Thomas. And obviously, it didn't work out for me. Michael Thomas stayed hurt even at the end of the year. When I was hoping to get him back for the playoffs, he was hurt. The guy I traded with, Lenny, won in our league. Melvin Gordon has a starting running back. A B-, C+ level running back. If Michael Thomas got healthy, I would have been sitting pretty. Now, was I going to win the league with Melvin Gordon? No, I wouldn't. Lenny had great quarterbacks, great wide receivers. Even trading Thomas, he had great wide receivers. His team was just set up better than I did. Mine was. So I took a chance, and I really shot for the moon, and I failed. So don't be afraid to shoot for the moon. Pickups. If you're a league that uses FAB, spend your money early. How many times do you look back and you see someone has picked up the best running back in the league in week one and outbid you by $50? Don't be that guy. Spend that money. There's not many late of the year great pickups. Spend some money, stuff a little back, sit on it. If somebody comes up, buy it. What cost me my league last year, I got outbid for Mike Davis early because I had CMC and I didn't really. My friend Dave Hicks outbid me, and all year he rode Mike Davis. I tried to make a couple of moves, but it really didn't work out. But, that's what fantasy football is about. I will be bringing you some of that league's draft. I don't know how we're going to do it, folks. I really don't. We're definitely going to have to do some heavy editing on this footage, but we'll be there live at the draft, the Jim James League, as they draft. Raj and Robbie are both members, along with some people you've seen. Our defending champion, Lenny's been on here. And, of course, Chain's been on here. Our friend Chris has called into the draft day show. So a lot of that league's already been on here. A lot more to come. So for Off the Record with Randall, I've really enjoyed tonight. I really have fun just getting on here and talking. Sometimes I didn't have much of a plan other than I was going to do a mock draft. Hope it was informative. I hope I would say we'll do this again as before the season. Maybe I can talk Robbie and Raj into doing it. They're both scared to death that somebody's going to steal their inside information. Raj, I might. Robbie, he has some good thoughts, but I don't know if I'm going to steal his inside information. But for Randall and Off the Record, I really enjoyed tonight, and I hope you did too. And we'll be back with 1 hour, 1 minute with Robbie and Raj for 3 Hour Sports. And tonight we'll be focused on the NBA, golf, and of course, football. Have a great evening, and thank you for joining me.